So back here at the red clay hot sauce Florida Open, it's Jansen and Devidze, extra officials on the court for this match. And Dave, very important to understand the chain of command here if there is a controversial call.
So the line judges are there, but they are not calling it immediately. If a call is asked for a "what did you see," they'll go to the head referee and then to the line judge. So had that ball been wide, unlike tennis, you're not going to see a ball called wide by them. Players are calling their own lines, can appeal to the referee. The referee will then go to the line judge and say, "what did you see?" if they did not see it clearly. So the official term in the referee parlance, Drew, is passive line judges.
Meanwhile, Lea Jansen rips a forehand for the first point.
Side out.
Side out to Devidze.
And just retrieving of the ball and getting it back to the other side is something to keep an eye on, as that one was rolled at a rather slow pace.
0-1.
You see Devidze likes to go way wide and find angles on her serve.
And Jansen, well played.
And that's the volley. So this is the, it takes two and Styles to have a great fight, and you're going to have Jansen coming forward the whole time and Devidze trying to find a passing shot.
Point.
And short on the return that time. 2-0 now in favor of Jansen.
And just for visuals, having those other two human beings on the court is just different. You get into habits, so you just got to get used to that as well here.
Point.
And of course there are two for both players to look at. There's two off camera looking down the lines from the Jansen side as well.
3-0.
So 3-0 the score with Jansen serving. And that one is wide, so a slow start here for Devidze.
Yeah, and that's, if you go back to the last match, that's 15 points in a row in this matchup for Jansen.
4-0.
Devidze hitting it long.
And that's a nightmare point if you're Devidze, because that's the type of rally you want. So if Jansen's winning those, it's going to be a long day. That's the improvement we've seen from Jansen from the baseline, to be able to hang in that kind of rally and win it. And that's 6 in a row. And Jansen is going to be happy to keep on serving quickly here.
6-0. Side out.
And the off serve there will give side out back to Salome Devidze.
Yeah, there's times when going for the serve and missing it is not a big deal. You hate to kill your own momentum there.
Point.
And that serve did not come up at all. That ball stayed so low. So Devidze, sometimes you just need that 0 to get the heck out of there.
1-6.
That's just wide. Jansen asked for the appeal.
What'd you see, Joey? Ball was out.
So again, the chain of command, go to the referee. Referee agrees with the call, and I anticipate our passive line judges will be asked to give their opinions more than once in this match.
Oh, beautiful shot that time by Devidze. Jansen can't get to it.
Timeout receiver.
And Jansen, as we saw in her match earlier with Jones, is not going to let this linger on any run. So missed a serve. Devidze comes roaring back, and quick timeout, and In what other sport are you sitting next to the person that knocked you out of the main draw? That's what's so crazy and so interesting and so fun about watching these ladies grind through singles day.
Back here at the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open here at Pictona, Drew Felios, Dave Fleming, Cameron Blackwood rather, on the court with us. First time I did that, Dave, today.
All those great Camerons.
And Devidze comes out swinging out of the timeout. She's made it a 6-4 game now.
She has, and 6-0. Everything's going Lea's way. Misses a serve 4 in a row, and now the returns are a little shorter, and Devidze stepping in and hitting those blistering passing shots that get her to quarters and semis all the time.
There's Jansen coming up with a big-time backhand.
Yeah, and you see the improvement on Jansen, able to step in and roll that 2-handed backhand past Devidze. She wants to use her foot speed advantage here as well, does Jansen.
And Jansen back in the scoring column at 7-4.
And again, playing that more straight ahead up the middle. You've seen what Devidze does with angles and short balls. Keep her deep, make that passing shot a lot more difficult.
If you're just joining us, we had some tension just before this match began on both sides. It's cooled off here for the moment. We've settled down into some really nice pickleball.
4-7.
Devidze coming up playing her game.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And I think the last time we got into the longer baseline rally, Devidze had a chance to come forward, didn't, and then Jansen was able to redirect balls and get into a better position on that baseline rally. That time, Devidze didn't give her that opportunity and wins that rally, and that's the way she's going to want to play. So Jansen is just hesitant to come forward because she knows the quality of the pass. She has to choose the right ball.
Side out.
Into the net that time. Lea will get side out.
See how low Devidze gets on that 2-handed backhand. Really tries to drive through that with the legs. It's not just, if you just swing your arms, you do not have a good two-way. Got to swing through it.
And that's going to be called long by Lea.
You asking? Line judges. Was out. Ball was out. Point.
Confirmed out.
That's why they're there. Confirmation. Move on.
8-5.
Has a nice feel to it, doesn't it, Drew?
Certainly does. I'll take it. Lea attacking, and that presence forces Devidze to hit it into the net.
Yeah, and she knows that that's a 50-50 ball, but she's on serve, so there's no risk of losing a point. And if she gets an error, then that continues her momentum. So I love that choice from Lea. If she stays back, I know she won that rally earlier, but that's Devidze's game.
And now she's got Devidze playing on her heels.
And that's a great serve there from Jansen, and you heard her talk about how she went after her serve to make that big comeback against her partner, who is sitting next to her right now down in a huge hole, and went after it. And there's a good look at those two. So Lea Jansen looking good here in game number 1. Winner gets Catherine Parento on Sunday.
Game point coming up next. Welcome back to Tennis Channel's coverage of the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open. Lea Jansen serving here for game 1 against Salome Devidze. Jansen places it perfectly, and that'll do it for game 1. And no surprise, no paddle taps for this session.
No, Lea's talked about this before, about they don't shake hands at halftime of a football game. Now, we are a different sport and there are different rules, but not a surprise there. I agree with you, but what a great first game from Lea Jansen. So Devidze's got to get it more on her terms with the passing shots, force those shorter balls when she has a chance, come forward, but Jansen on point.
So Devidze down a game here in our final game of the day from Pictona and Holly Hill here at the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open. Game one to Lea Jansen here at the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open. Drew Felios with Dave Fleming, Cameron Blackwood on the court with us. Devidze to serve here to start game two. That hit wide from Jansen.
Yeah, more controversy before we started than during the match, and it was the big lead from Jansen. Got pushed, called timeout when she was getting a comeback. Was Devidze started, so nice job by Jansen get to the finish line.
And that return not coming back, so 2-0 now for Salome. Side out to Jansen.
Yeah, I think it's important for Devidze here to keep Jansen's emotions in a less positive space.
Not with shots like that, though.
No, I mean, that's because when she's going positive and confidently, that is a dangerous, dangerous player on the other side. And that's just a beautiful 2-minute backhand right there.
1-2.
And another shot by Jansen. Was it in or out? Salome said it was out.
Line judges agree with the call. Looked like it's skated just a bit wide here. We'll get a good look at it on the replay.
So Devidze right now with a good start here to this game too.
Yeah, and she's taking advantage of opportunities to come forward, which she needs to do. No, she's known for the groundies, but you've got to let them pay off in the front of the court as well. Boy, another tough bounce on the serve there, and Jansen is having a conversation about the ball here for sure.
Pardon me? Do you want a different ball?
So we have arrived at a little controversy here. That was a weird, so is it a timeout and a ball change?
4.
It is indeed. Okay.
1 minute.
We knew we'd get extras here, and we're getting it.
So Salome Devidze with the lead here in game number 2. It's Devidze and Jansen in women's singles for the right to advance to Championship Sunday. Back here on championship court, Salome Devidze conceded game 1. Here she is in game 2 with the lead over Lea Jansen. And she'll build on that lead here out of the timeout.
Yeah, you switch the ball out, and, you know, that's 2 missed returns in a row here for Jansen, and Devidze has already matched her game 1 total.
And Devidze can't catch up to that one. That's a great get by Lea Jansen.
I mean, obscene get. That was a gorgeous forehand from Devidze, and she couldn't believe that stayed in and claps her paddle for the effort of her opponent. So it's a great ball. Let's see if that gets Jansen going.
Side out.
Devidze has 5, so she's got to get slide to the left. I'll let you at home finish the electric slide.
Oh, did that get the line? I think it did.
That was not well struck, but it was well placed. Usually a ball of that height, you just can't imagine, and that's inside the line there for Jansen.
1-5.
And that ball hit wide, so Lea Jansen trying to get back in it. Dave, we've talked about Lea, a type 1 diabetic who's continued to deal with that, and she's really dealt with it incredibly well, especially here this year.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how hard it is to win on tour, and to have another part of your life be such a big part of it, just being healthy enough to play. Tremendous, both mentally and physically, and right on point. She has found a way to manage that brilliantly, and you'll see if you see somebody running out a Coke. We did a event at MIT last weekend and did an exhibition where we played, and she's like, I just need some sugar. So Mentos, just a little bit to help her regulate that. But the fact that she has found that, she is what an ambassador for what you can accomplish with anyone that has any affliction or any challenge in their life. And you know, we've talked about the mental health and getting help with some of the other players that can fight through so many things, and it's so important to do that. Find what you need to do to live your best life, and in this case then come play your best pickleball.
Well said. Devidze and Jansen battling. Devidze wins that exchange.
So that's what Devidze is going to want to do, is get Jansen on the move on the backhand, and then if she's reaching, then that second hand has to come off the paddle, because the two-handed backhand is a shorter distance to reach. The one-hander is not going to pass her, so that's a great ball from Devidze there.
6-3 lead. Jansen hit it long. Oh, she knew she had it.
Yeah, she didn't even have to hit a good volley there. Devidze's done. The minute this ball comes off Devidze's paddle, this point is over.
7-3.
Unfortunately for Jansen, it's over deep.
Another brilliant return from Lea Jansen.
Yeah, and that's where the side-to-side court coverage will not be the same on both sides. So Jansen has got to be able to keep putting another ball in play. She's got to remember it doesn't have to be perfect if she's in an exchange.
Oh, Devidze as well. Both players coming up with big shots in this game.
Yeah, that's what Devidze wants. Give me a target. Be coming in. Jansen's not set. A lot of open court. That's a great ball from Devidze right there.
7-3.
These players know each other so well. And now Lea strikes back.
Yeah, great return there to set that up. If you put that ball in the corner and you come forward, it's hard to hit a pass from there, so you want to drop the ball, but that is not a game Devidze wants to get in, so she's going to swing for the fences and hope Jansen's there to easily take care of that one.
3-7.
Devidze once again puts it away. She's got great command here in game 2.
Yeah, and just a little more forward choices when she has had Jansen on the run, and then, you know, she's going to get to that one, but just take your time and make that final ball. It doesn't have to be a wow winner like our boy Mr. Schick was hitting earlier.
And if you're just joining us here in women's singles, what a day it has been. Catherine Parento defeating Anna Leigh Waters in 2 games earlier today. So Catherine headed to Championship Sunday. Will it be Jansen? Will it be Devidze? Tough to tell thus far. Devidze leading here in game number 2 on Championship Court here at the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open. Well, it was all Lea Jansen in game number 1 here at the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open. This is the women's singles semifinal. Salome Devidze has controlled game 2.
8-3.
And Lea's overhead goes long.
Yeah, Jansen looking at the heavens. I talked at the beginning of this game. Can you get some negative thoughts going into Lea Jansen just to try and push? Because when she is positive and going, it's on, and you can see a little bit of that going on here. And Devidze's play has forced that reaction.
Jansen able to put that one away off the net.
Again, having that paddle out in front, and then some fancy footwork there too.
Do you ever get used to the ball coming off that net,
Never,
Dave, and how to
never.
react?
I mean, it's you know, just having your hands ready and then not panicking. Sometimes it pops straight up and you're like, oh, it's a sitter, and then people slam it into the net. You just want to be patient with that, and it's a split second of patience, but it's required.
Side out.
That is just obscenely clean ground strokes, Drew. They're deep, they're in the corner, it's making Lea move, and as she comes forward, it's low too, so you're not even getting a good look at a pass there. And I really like that change from Devidze. She was hitting the ball pretty clean, but she was staying back. Now she's coming forward. She's the one forcing the issue. Jansen was in game 1. She took it. Devidze is in game 2. That's why she's up.
Jansen with the open court, able to put it away, and she'll get side out here, trailing by 6.
Yeah, Jansen's the one that wants lots of movement and side-to-side court coverage because she has an advantage there for sure.
Steep hill to climb here in game 2 for Jansen. And Devidze right now is just crushing it from the baseline.
Yeah, just stepped into that, took it on the rise. Bent the knees, rotated through it, and just smacked it in it back in. That was well done.
9-3.
And now it's going to be game point for Salome.
So the pressure you have if the serve is deep like that is, all right, we got another ball request here. So definitely a frustrated Jansen as relates to how the ball's coming off the serve. And it's not that Devidze is doing anything other than hitting nice deep serves, but it's coming off the ground. It's not clean for Jansen, and we're at game point.
Side out.
Devidze into the net. Jansen with a chance to extend here. So a tale of 2 games thus far. All Jansen in game 1. Devidze has answered here in game 2. And there's another winner. Nope. Jansen a great get to keep it in. Called it a little prematurely there, Dave. Great effort by Jansen, but right now Devidze just too good.
Yeah, you saw the future there, Drew. So whatever you know about the lottery numbers tonight, let me know, please. But what a return that was, though, from Devidze to set that up.
Another game point.
Point.
And there it is for Devidze. She takes game number 2. Jansen going to have to dig deep here as we head to game 3. So 11-5 Jansen, 11-3 Devidze. And game 3, here we come. Wouldn't have it any other way at the Red Clay Hot Sauce Florida Open from Pictona here on the Carvana PPA Tour. So game 3, here we come. Lea Jansen having a discussion with our officials on the court before we start this game. And again, the topic is the ball.
Yeah, we got a lot of topics on that court right now, Drew. We had a full agenda out there. Play, we got passive line judges. We've got a ball not coming up the way Lea would want. She's got Elise Jones cheering her on, sitting in the corner over there. You know, a lot of these folks are bringing a contingent with them now. I mean, there's fans, there's trainers, there's coaches. I mean, it is going to be required not too far in the future to have all this. And what Lea needs right now is just a good start to get that headspace in a more positive spot. And if I'm Devidze, I am slamming my groundies and coming in when the opportunity was there, because it was terrific in game number 2.
Side out.
So side out to start here for Devidze.
And Jansen already looking over into the crowd there. I don't know why.
Zero, zero.
And Devidze into the net. Good pressure applied by Jansen that time.
Man, that was a great lunging volley there to make Devidze have to hit another ball there. That was really high degree of difficulty.
0-0.
We got referees backing up referees over here, Drew.
And Devidze into the net. Jansen able to win that ground stroking game.
Yeah, so if Jansen in those groundy battles can find shorter angles to get Devidze having to move even farther side to side and not plant and hit through the ball, that's when she'll be okay in these ground stroke rallies. Just hitting baseline to baseline will not be good enough.
That ball hit long, called by Jansen.
I saw it out. Yes, it was out.
We didn't even have to go to the passive line judges. The
2-0.
head referee here was all over it.
2-0 the score now in favor of Jansen. Here comes Lea once again,
Wow.
and Devidze passes her with a wicked backhand.
That was necessary. You don't want to get too far behind. As we talked off air, we think this could be a tight one going down to the finish line. I don't want to say that referee anymore either. That's Kathy Postlewaite. Got to give her that
0-2.
credit, and all the referees that do such a great job, especially in this high, let's just say high level of interest in the refereeing here.
And another ball played perfectly by Jansen. She has some words after the point, and I wonder what it concerned.
So now Devidze has hit the ball over to Ms. Postlewaite, and she'd like a different ball. So, and to make sure both players know what the ball is like. Obviously here we're in Florida, beautiful day in the 70s. And unlike the West Coast where the sun goes down and it gets really big change in temperature, you don't have that radical switch, so the ball doesn't change the way it plays that much here on the East Coast.
Oh, fabulous point, and it's down the line, finished by Devidze.
That's just too good from her. Jansen did everything she wanted there, and she just got beaten. That's part of singles. You know you're going to get past, and if you lose that will and that fight internally that you don't want to get past again, you're not going to win. If you're playing against Devidze, you have to come forward and make her pass you.
Just wide.
Ball was good. Point.
Yep.
Video challenge.
Wait, what?
Ooh, this one's going to be overturned.
Good. There's a challenge. By
Okay, hold on now. Okay, so we're going to next level here, it looks like. So we have challenge, And now the referees are saying that the ball was good, and Lea is actually saying, I need another look at this, and is challenging this here before us. I agree with your call live. I want to see it slowed down again, that it looked wide off the paddle live. Well, here's see one angle here. That's a tough angle there. That looked close. I want to see that one again.
Yeah, clearly.
And now that ball is clearly in. So I don't know about clearly now. Wow. I want to see that again. If the crew can run that back again, and at first it looks like it's clearly good, but then if you let that ball travel and when it hit, really close. We have a guy staring down the line who said it was good.
Well, this is why you have instant replay implemented nearly 2 years ago here on the Carvana PPA Tour.
And this is big, not just for the scoreboard, but, you know, Lea Jansen loves to use timeouts. If she does not win this challenge, she loses a timeout as well here in Game 3.
So our officials continue to look at this inside the truck. It is close as can be. I said clearly in. I should probably retract that, because looking at the both angles, it's tough to tell 100%. But I think the angle that was closer to the court, Dave, that we saw on that right side, I think the most definitive.
Yeah, and this just adds to what's going on here with the timeline, and we want to make sure that if we're not sure as a crew, call's got to stand.
After video review, the ball is in. 15 seconds.
Okay, our first replay situation of the day. A ball called in. So Devidze right now
Time in. 1, 2.
trailing 2-1 here in Game 3.
Side out.
And Jansen will get side out here coming out.
All right, let's play some ball now.
That was quite a delay
2-1.
that time for the replay.
Side out.
And the ball sliding off the net just a little bit, just throws off where you want to step and swing through that ball, and Jansen wasn't able to adjust to where the height of that ball ended up and sails it deep there. So
1-2.
2-1 Jansen here in Game 3. We'll switch at 6.
Off the net, Jansen plays it. Devidze can't get to that one. Jansen makes it happen, and she's going to let her know.
I think she let all of Volusia County know there, Drew. That's the fine place that we are in right now, and that's just remarkable to be able to handle the ball off the tape, number one, and then get that ball at full stretch and just block it into the open court with the ball literally behind you. That's tremendous. Now, can you build on that here?
Let's find out.
That would be a no. You hear Jansen say, Lea, make a ball, and you know, that's what it's going to take. It's who's going to make the shots. Is it going to be Jansen coming forward and making the volleys, or is it Devidze with the pass?
Jansen can't straighten that one out.
Again, good job by Devidze of, you know, where she's most comfortable is back at the baseline, but when you have a chance, you have to take the kitchen. Tied at 2 now.
Side out.
And a service error from Salome Devidze.
And Devidze is having a conversation with the crowd about something that threw off her service motion over there. We've got a little bit of everything here, Drew.
Tied at 2. And that's hit wide. So Jansen retakes the lead.
Yeah, so you saw the setup of that backhand was feet with that angle. So if you're going to go inside out backhand, you have to hit through it, or the ball coming off that particular swing will sail in the direction that you hit it and go with that spin, and Devidze misses.
Up high, hit wide by Devidze. That was one Dave she should have had.
Yeah, I mean, Jansen is challenging the...
Ball was out.
Wait, I think Devidze thought that ball was good.
Okay, the ball is being video challenge for the out ball.
Okay, so yeah, the way Devidze walked back, I think she thought she made that, and so we're going challenge from Devidze here, as again our line judges have agreed with the call made on the court, so we'll see where we net out here. That ball looks pretty good from where I sit, Drew. So I would be in the overturning everything camp here. Again, not my call, but there's the other angle, which is tough from this side. I mean, we're a ways away from that angle, but the other ball, same ball, just to be clear, but that other angle looked better.
So officials with their hands full here in this match.
Yeah. We got a whole army of people dressed in blue making sure we get to the right score and the right call here. So here we go. I say overturned, and that'd be 2 reviews in a row that go in Devidze's favor. Yeah, Devidze hit that and turned around like I just hit a beautiful winner, and then was flabbergasted that there was more discussion to be had there.
So this is our final match of the day in our coverage here on day number 1 from Daytona Beach. Been a great first day of competition. Here our coverage brought to you by Tennis Channel. Let's get the call.
After video review, the ball was in. So the score, it's side out with Salome serving at 2-3. Lea, you have no more timeouts and no more video challenge. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Correction. You don't lose either one. You still retain it.
So to be clear in what we heard there, challenge was made by Devidze. Devidze was right, so she loses nothing. She's got her 2 timeouts. All right, let's play ball.
And Jansen responds well. Nice shot to the corner.
That's a great volley. So just a helter-skelter start, stop here. Let's see if we can get some flow to this.
3, 2.
Jansen upset at herself. That time, it'll be a side out for Devidze.
Yeah, earlier she was saying make balls, Lea, and you know, had a good look to step into a backhand there and maybe be able to follow that in, but didn't make it.
Jansen's going to pop this one up. It's going to land long.
Yeah, and that's a tough ball, especially when you haven't lobbed a lot. You're telling me I'm running out of ideas by just throwing that up in that situation. Instead of dropping the ball, try a pass, one or the other. Not a good position for a lob there.
And Jansen into the net this time. So Devidze's first lead here in game 3, and a passing shot. They're brilliant this time. It's 5-3. All the momentum right now on Salome's.
It is. It's, you know, you can see stepping into the court. She's as good as anybody at seeing a target, finding an opening, and just drilling the two-handed backhand. This is a big, big rally here for Lea.
Jansen long again.
Timeout, change ends. 6-3, 1 minute.
And a timeout going to be called here. We'll change ends here. We've reached the 6 mark, the halfway point here, Dave. So Jansen in control in game 1. Also looking pretty good in game 3, but Salome Devidze right now in the driver's seat with a chance to advance to Championship Sunday. If you are looking for a pickleball partner out there, find someone who loves you as much as Elise Jones. Her support in this match for Lea Jansen's been awesome.
Sitting there the whole time, helping her through a very unique match, to say the least, and she lost to her earlier today, knocked her out of the main draw. She is an unbelievable partner and supporter for this. And what a nice ball there coming out of the side switch. So Lea's done it before, and certainly has the game to make a comeback here. And we saw Colin Schick switch sides down 6-4 in our last men's semifinal and won 7 points in a row. So precedent is there just about an hour ago, Drew.
Let's serve. We'll do it over. Jansen trailing by 3 here in game 3. There's one.
Yeah, and you saw the movement on that ball from Jansen, really stepped into it. And Devidze wants to take the ball on the rise in front of her in the blue. She wants to step in the blue and hit from there, not from the green. And great job by Jansen there.
And that's why Jansen trying to catch some fire here, Dave.
And again, the contact point behind the baseline. It's just a harder pass from there. Angles matter. Ask your geometry teacher.
Was never good at geometry.
Me either.
And that's 3 in a row now for Lea Jansen.
And that is not what Devidze wants, but now you've lost a couple baseline rallies. You can see Jansen fired up here to have tied this up this quickly.
All 6s. Oh, Devidze can't do anything with it. Jansen back in the lead.
Just another amazing two-handed backhand from Jansen, and she is very comfortable with that two-handed backhand with somebody who she knows isn't as good a volleyer as she is. So if she gets it down, she knows she has a good chance in the rally.
Here's a lob from the other side. We saw a lob unsuccessful from Jansen, and now Devidze, same sort of idea, not working.
Yeah, it's if you want to see what nerves looks like, watch somebody lob who you haven't seen it all day. Devidze's taken balls from that exact point and past Lea Jansen in this, but she's been on a couple. She has pushed her back. Another ball in the green area where she didn't get to step into the blue and really find that angle or that pass, and 5 in a row for Lea Jansen. This is an absolute Groundhog Day of the last semifinal, only on the men's side. Unbelievable. And maybe it just takes, like you said, an Elise Jones to be in your corner.
Does Salome Devidze have one more run left in her? She trails 8-6 here in game 3 to Lea Jansen.
Time in, 8-6.
Jansen attacking, and Devidze rips a backhand right by her.
Man, that's pretty. Under pressure, called the timeout. Got a ball that was pretty deep and just found an angle. That's pretty.
6-8.
Oh, calls it just a little late there. The ball looked like it was, oof. Could have another challenge.
There is a video challenge on the baseline. Never mind.
Here we go again. Wow. So you would think on the surface that we'd have less video involvement, but we have more.
This ball, Dave, looked like from that vantage point it caught the line. But we're going to have to likely see from a different angle, but right there.
Yeah, really tight without seeing it down the line. Now what Lea is saying is she saw it skid, and what you usually see with a, okay, this will show us.
Yeah, so important you see it from the multiple angles.
Yeah, that's really tight on that. What Lea thought she saw and why she challenged, and if she's wrong, she's out of timeouts, challenges, and everything else that you would have brought to the game 3 here. So she thought she saw it skid. So the ball will sometimes skid off the line. That's what she thought she saw, and I think she even asked Elise Jones, what did you see? So really close on that baseline there.
This has been definitely an odd match, hasn't it? Lots of stoppages, lots of challenges, and both players have certainly had their moments.
For sure. And now it's just a matter of who can be mentally tough enough regardless of this call.
The ball was out. The call stands. It's point. Ms. Devidze. Ms. Jansen loses a video challenge. You have no more challenges left.
Okay, so here we go. So there will be no more challenging from Jansen or timeouts. Devidze has 1 timeout, which means she could challenge again if she so desired.
Time in. 7,
here we go.
8.
And Jansen able to drop one right into the kitchen, and she'll have side out.
And that's such a smart shot against Devidze. She's unlikely to come track that down. If you hit it deeper in the court, you are in trouble, and she is going to want to step in and pass it. So using the front part of the court against Devidze at this late hour, great shot selection from Jansen.
That's long, and Lea pumps the fist. She's up 2. The winner gets Catherine Parento on Championship Sunday.
9-7. Point.
Now 1 point away.
Wow. So anytime we're at this moment and you just hand them a nervy shot, meaning their nerves don't have to get involved. Here we go.
10-7.
Sunday point. Wow.
Across the net and in for Lea Jansen. She will advance to Championship Sunday. Was not easy, but now she's got Catherine Parento in her sights.
8 of the last 9 go to go to Parento's opponent in Sunday. Lea Jansen's down 6-3 when we switch. She gets 8 of the 9 and wins 11-7. Tremendous fortitude. I guarantee you Elise Jones deserves a part of that victory. Just that, going over there when you're down and having that support is massive. We'll hear what Lea has to say about yet another Championship Sunday when we come back.
Welcome back. I'm Cameron Blackwood here with Lea Jansen. An aggressive start from you in the first set, but you started staying back here on the baseline in rallies. Why did you choose that start?
I have no idea why. Sometimes my nerves get the best of me. Lately, I've been struggling when I win a game, and then I kind of get in my head. So, I mean, I'm lucky I have my amazing doubles partner on the sideline, Elise. Otherwise, I really don't think I would have made it through this match. So, big shout out to her.
And this was only semis that was covered in refs on the court. A lot of the calls didn't go your way, but how much reassurance did it give you having these line judges here?
I mean, I think singles is a fast game. So, either way, some people are going to make a few, questionable, well, not questionable calls, but people are going to call them how they see it. So if they want to come out here, more power to them.
And you have a rematch on Sunday against Catherine Parento, but it's a whole different venue. We are now outside. It's warm. We have humidity. How much is that going to play a factor here on Sunday?
Well, I mean, Catherine's playing amazing right now. When I played her last week and she won 11 straight on me, there was nothing I could really do. So I'm hoping this gives me a little more time to cover the net, so it should be to my advantage. But like I said, she just knocked off the unbeatable today, so it's going to be a really tough match.
There you have it. Lea Jansen going to be in Championship Day Sunday against Catherine Parento. Dave, back to you.